Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the corner and welcome to your latest Chelsea transfer news and Chelsea news. Look, before we delve deep into all the latest transfer news that's been floating around, I just want to say quickly, ladies and gentlemen, look, there's a lot of disgruntled fans in the fan base right now. There's a lot of fans that are talking a lot off the back of the first match of the Premier League season. All I'm going to say is stay a little bit patient. It's just the first game. We know this team has been doing well. We know this team has, in the past 3 months, the trajectory has been upwards. The quality is there. Stay patient. It's no time to panic as yet. We need to see. We need to see exactly how the window finishes, and we need to see how the players bounce back off the back of a disappointing result against Crystal Palace. No doubts about that. But at the same time, I don't think it's the end of the world. It isn't the end of the world. A lot of the players we know can play a lot better. It's not like there's an issue in regards to quality. It's more the issue in regards to application. And I'm pretty sure next game against West Ham, it's all going to come into fruition. And these players, look, these players are determined. They are very determined to do well. So I've got no doubts that they will bounce back and they will do well. I haven't seen any red flags or anything that makes me feel that, ooh, there's some sort of a bad cloud that's drifting above us right now. It's still pretty okay. I'm pretty sure against West Ham, we're going to do the trick. Now, let's get into all the latest transfer news, ladies and gentlemen. We've got news in regards to Xavi Simons. Apparently 85% chance it's going to happen. We've got news in regards to Nkunku, Garnacho. We've got Nicholas Jackson, a whole heap of stuff that we need to go through. So let's kick things off with Xavi Simons, ladies and gentlemen. I feel like a little bit sorry for this player, man. He's been wanting to join Chelsea Football Club for the longest of time. It's been nearly 2 months. It really has been nearly 2 months since all of this has materialized with Xavi Simons. And I feel like there is a need of a player like Xavi Simons. Now, I know not that long ago, I said, look, yeah, I would love to have this player, but if it doesn't happen because of how long it's taking and because of all the stipulations that we have, I'm not going to cry to bed. But I'm starting to think, you know what, the more artilleries that we have, the more answers we have for different questions, the better it is. Someone like Xavi Simons against Crystal Palace could have really helped us out. His ability to dribble, his ability to be creative, his ability to shoot from range, his ability to, find that assist for other attackers, I think would have gone a long way against Crystal Palace. So this is what Fabrizio Romano is saying, ladies and gentlemen. The percentage of Xavi Simons going to Chelsea remains 85%. We all know there are other clubs that are circulating around like sharks trying to smell blood in the likes of Bayern Munich and the likes of Manchester City. They are looking at this player. However, this player has made it quite, evident, and he's quite adamant that he only wants to join Chelsea Football Club. So hopefully we get some exits coming up very, very soon in the likes of Nicholas Jackson or Nkunku or whoever else. And then we go and get Xavi Simons deal done. So hopefully this is going to happen. Well, it needs to happen. I mean, we don't have much time left. We've only got a couple of more weeks left till the transfer window closes. It is anticipated that Chelsea will accelerate moves for Xavi Simons and Alejandro Garnacho once one or both of Nkunku and Jackson leave the club. So that is the stipulation right now. I think, I don't know, club-to-club fees, has that been agreed? I'm pretty sure for Garnacho it hasn't been. And I'm pretty sure for Xavi Simons as well, it hasn't been agreed upon what what the fee is going to be. For Simons, I think Leipzig are looking for something around £60 million. We're not looking to give them 60 million. We're looking to give them about 50 million. And Garnacho, we know Man United won about 50 million, and we won nothing more than 30 million. So look, in one hand, one of the stipulation is that Nkunku and Jackson's got to leave. On the other hand, there is a price issue as well. But both these players' personal terms have been agreed. So they're ready to join. They've got no issues or they've got no obstacles from their side. It's more to do with club-to-club fee. And, of course, players need to leave. That is what we're waiting for. But you best believe these two players looks like are going to be Chelsea players. I don't know how much Garnacho is really going to help us out. I don't know if he's any much more different to Gittins. Gittins needs to improve a lot. but Xavi Simons definitely will add to our attack. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Napoli are searching for a striker following an injury to Romelu Lukaku and are close to Jackson's camp, with talks expected to take place, although finances could be an issue. That's the biggest problem with Italian clubs, finances. Romelu Lukaku, ladies and gentlemen, potentially could be out for 3 months. That's the word in the streets at the moment. But Napoli, can they fork out the kind of money that we're looking for Nicholas Jackson? We're looking for somewhere around 60 to 70 million pounds. Yeah, Italian clubs don't do that kind of business. They'll probably want half of that. They'll probably want a loan with some loan fee. They'll cover the wages, and then they'll, put on like an obligation to buy next summer window. Yeah, I'm not sure. As much as the rumors of Nicholas Jackson being linked with Napoli could be very, very true, and of course it is true, it's coming from our law, but can they afford the money? That's the problem with Italian clubs. And Napoli are so notorious. It's so difficult to deal with Napoli. We've got history with them. We know how it was with Romelu Lukaku. We know how it was with many other players when we tried to negotiate with them. It wasn't easy. It was not easy one bit. So let's watch this space, what happens with Nicholas Jackson. But he's definitely not part of the squad. He's not part of the Chelsea future anymore. And even if he was to stay, you saw that bench against Crystal Palace. Who gets out of that bench to put Nicholas Jackson in there? We need players gone. We just need players gone. Aston Villa have added Nicholas Jackson to their shortlist and are closely monitoring his situation. Talks have already taken place. Several clubs are interested. He's still on the verge of leaving Chelsea. Coming from Florian Plettenberg, I can see Aston Villa going for him. Aston Villa, they lack something. Yes, they've got Ollie Watkins, but besides that, they don't really have any other option. Aston Villa looked a little bit toothless against Newcastle, who also looked toothless. So Aston Villa, just in the last 24 hours, have lost Leon Bailey to Roma. So they would have picked up some money from there. They've also sold Jacob Ramsey, I believe, to Newcastle for a smart amount of money. So they've got money now. They've got money to splash. So come and collect Nicholas Jackson. Nicholas Jackson's got history with Unai Emery. I can see this move happening. Aston Villa. I think that's, once again, Premier League move is what I support for any of these players, to be honest, especially Nicholas Jackson, because we will be getting the money that we want. Premier League clubs have that level of money, and I think his reunion with Unai Emery could be good for Nicholas Jackson's career. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Bayern Munich have held talks about a move for Nkunku, but the Germans have so far only proposed a loan deal, though Chelsea hope to secure a sale. Look, this Bayern Munich, man, why are you haggling? Loan deal? Come on. Like, you've lost quite a lot of players. You've lost Leroy Sané earlier on in the window. You've lost Kingsley Coman. You've lost many players. So, and don't forget, Musiala, ladies and gentlemen, he's out for a long period of time too. So I'm not really sure why Bayern Munich. What are you waiting for? Nkunku has always wanted Bayern Munich months ago, from months back. So Bayern Munich, come on, let's stop haggling. You're the only one in the Bundesliga that can probably afford his wages because you make a lot of money, Bayern Munich. And we are asking for 40 million. I'm pretty sure 35 million plus add-ons gets the job done. I don't know what the hold-up is over here. And I don't understand why Bayern Munich, you're playing these silly games of loan deals. Why do you want to loan Nkunku? Get Nkunku. I think Nkunku will be good for Bayern Munich. And Nkunku's got a good history in the Bundesliga as well. So I'm not really sure why Bayern Munich are being so difficult. Look, I get it. They probably see that Nkunku is not a player that we are looking to keep, and they're trying to negotiate financial terms that is favorable to Bayern Munich. I get that. I understand that. But I think we need to hold our ground and make sure that we get what we want to get out of Nkunku. Chelsea are looking to arrange sales or loans for Jackson, Nkunku, Desasi, Viga, Chukwuemeka, Chilwell, and potentially George. Like, the list of names, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. And don't forget, George, over the next fortnight, while Anselmino has interest from Europe, there's a lot of players here, man. We need to do so many more business. It's not even funny. And yeah, it's coming down to sending players on loan as well. That's what it's coming down to. I fully expect when Xavi Simons and Garnacho, when they arrive, I fully expect Tariq George to leave on loan. I hope it's not a sale. Chukwuemeka, I don't understand, once again, Dortmund. my man, let's do the business. Your player is waiting to join you guys. Show some ambition. Viga as well, you know, he was on the verge of joining Atletico Madrid, but that's collapsed. And since then, you know, it's not really been looking good. Apparently, Villarreal put in a bid, which we've rejected. Desarcy, I've not heard of anything. Why isn't Desarcy moving on? So let's see. Hopefully, both for George and Anselmino, there's a good loan somewhere down the track. Chelsea believe that they will have raised close to 300 million in player sales once the transfer window shuts, giving them a net spend of close to zero. That's fantastic. That is fantastic business. I think if you want to do business, you should be doing business like this, where your sales accommodate for the purchases, and you end up leaving the window with net spend of zero. That is the aim. That is the policy with the new ownership, the directorship that we have right now. And it's good, you know. It ensures that we're not in trouble in terms of PSR, and financially we are sustainable. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same almost every window. There are going to be big players, big number of players, and high-profile players that are going to be exiting, and high-profile players that are going to be incoming as well. Is that good for a team stability? Probably not. But in terms of a revenue stream, that is how it is. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Estêvão William via Instagram. First of all, I want to thank God. I didn't just fulfill my dream, but also my family's making my debut in the Premier League, the greatest league in the world. I'm very grateful for the love and support from all the fans. I'm still adapting to everything new, but thanks to God, everything is happening in the best way possible. I love this guy, man. This kid is so mature, so mature for his age. He's humble, down to earth. He's a religious kid. And he's someone who loves his parents. You know, he's got strong grassroots. Do you know what I mean? Look, all I'm going to say, we've got the next match coming up against West Ham. I really want to see him start. I really do. His impact off the bench against Crystal Palace, really did change the match a little bit. Even though we didn't get the goal, but he looked very lively. He had a really good chance inside the box, skied it. He provided a lot more impetus than Gittins provided on that left side. So if Pedro Neto starts, which I don't mind one bit, Pedro Neto was our standout player in terms of on the ball and off the ball. I've got no issues Pedro Neto being on the left side. Gittins gets dropped, and we bring in someone like Estêvão William on the right. And I think someone like Cole Palmer really relishes playing with Estêvão William, and I think even João Pedro will relish as well. Whoever it is, whether it's João Pedro, whether it's Dilap, I think someone like Estêvão William, he's got something different. He's got something different that is that can be a game changer for us. So I expect him to start against West Ham. I think enough of the shenanigans of trying to slowly get him to adapt. We really do need him. Look, I get it. I understand. You know, slow and steady wins the race. But in this case, I really do feel that Estêvão William needs to start for us on a regular basis. And look, he's already starting to become an important player. And I knew off the back of that Club World Cup, performances that he's put on, that he will be a very, very importante player for us. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about everything we spoke about. Smash up the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time, take care. See ya.